and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. Today I'm going to consider one of the discussions that has taken place in philosophy and religion over the centuries. And it's the discussion of the difference between spirit and matter, between good and evil, between light and darkness. Our world seems to be a combination of light and darkness, good and evil. Even our individual personalities seem to be a combination of that. Sometimes our thoughts are positive and then other times negative. And the same thing goes for our actions as well. And for the spiritual person who believes that perhaps there is one ultimate and good source of everything, then the question becomes, where does evil come from? Well, dualism is the answer. Well, it's one answer to that question. And absolute dualism is it says that there are two equal, coexisting, and these are the forces of good and evil. They have existed eternally, and they war against one another. And then we have moderate or modified dualism, which says that there's one ultimate and unknowable good source of everything. But at some time, one of the creations, one of the created beings of this source has rebelled against this divinity, causing a fall of consciousness into evil. And in this way, evil came into existence, and it continues to influence all of creation. Now, I've discussed the forms of dualism in the ancient religions in a number of videos. And it has influenced or been part of the essence of Gnosticism, Zoroastrianism, Manichaeism, and Mithraism, the Bogomils, the Paulicians, and the Cathars. Both absolute and moderate or modified dualism can be found in their belief systems. Each of these groups developed myths that describe creation, and these myths often resemble one another as we go from group to group. I've done extensive teaching on one Gnostic myth describing the fall of Sophia from the spiritual realm and the creation of a lesser ignorant god named Aeldebaoth, the demiurge who created our material world. And if you want more information about that, check my playlist called Gnostics or Gnosticism for a number of videos on that topic. Well, the early Gnostic myth that I talked about came about because the Gnostic Christians compared the God of the Jewish writings with the God that Jesus spoke about, and they just seemed so very different. So their conclusion was that they were not the same God at all, but the Jewish God was some kind of inferior God who had created this world. The Gnostic Cathars in the 12th and 13th century decided that since the Orthodox Church of that day, the Roman Catholic Church in France and Italy, where they were located, worshipped the same God as the Jews, that this God, who had been identified with Satan or the devil, was worshipped by Christians. The Roman Catholic Church was in fact worshiping Satan. The ancient philosopher Plato taught that the God who created our physical world was a demiurge, or a craftsman god, a lesser god. And the Neoplatonists who followed agreed with him. Now, some of the teachings about evil in our world put the fall, this entrance of evil into the human world, in the Garden of Eden. And in that case, Adam is the source of evil in humanity. Well, to accept absolute duality, absolute dualism, means that you have to accept the coexistence and the co-equal forces, two forces that are eternal, have been since before the beginnings of time and space as we know it, and they are equal. And so that means that one would have to reject the idea of one omnipotent source of all. And this is a proposition that many religious monotheists will not accept. Well, if you find the development of this and spiritual ideas like this as intriguing as I do, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and please leave your comments and questions for me. I try to upload a new video each week, so I hope that you'll join with me next week. Just a reminder that this is a history channel, and so I don't promote any one particular group or faith above the others, but just do my best to present the history and the beliefs of each one. This is a safe place where we can explore all of them. So, thanks once again for being here. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your comments and questions, and invite you, as always, to continue to engage with this channel. So have a great week. Please stay safe and healthy again this week, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.